What is child support and why is it needed? Hello, my name is Jennifer Marshall, and I'm from the law office of Jennifer Marshall, and I'm your New Jersey family law attorney. And this is, as promised, my second video in the series of videos on kids and support, the two things that people fight about the most and cost the most money. Child support is the cost of raising a child in New Jersey. And a lot of my clients tell me, do I have to pay it? The answer to that is yes, because the right is not yours, it's the right of the child. Child support is there for the children, not the parent. The person who usually gets the child support payment is what we call the residential parent. And as explained in my video one, that's the person that has more than 50% of the time the custody of the child. Now, a lot of my clients say, do I have to be married to get child support? The answer to that is no. You don't have to be going through divorce or have been married. People who just have dating relationships or happen to have a child together have the right of child support. Now, people say to me, well, how do we figure it out? And I can honestly say, and I'm glad to say, that this is one of the things in family law where there's a program for it. And it's called the New Jersey Child Support Guidelines. And within those guidelines, the court looks at the gross income of both parties, the parties of the person with the residential custody and the person without the residential custody. And they do take out things such as union dues, taxes, other dependent deductions. That's if you have a child from another relationship that you have a support obligation to, and less alimony, which we'll talk about in my next video. Those things come out of your gross income before the court looks at things such as daycare expenses for the child, activities above and beyond what we consider normal activities. And when I say that to my clients, they go, well, what does that mean? If your kid plays football for the high school, they'll consider that normal and reasonable. The guidelines already factor that in. If your kid plays baseball for a rec team, they'll say that's normal, that's already within the guidelines. But if your child is on a traveling team, or if they're exceptional and they're on a competition dance team, those are additional expenses that could be added to your child support for payment. Also, things like medical premiums, whoever pays that for the child will get factored in. The number one thing that people argue most about when it comes to what gets counted in child support is overnight parenting time. And that's a big part of what goes into the calculation, because if the child's with you, you shouldn't have to pay the residential parent for having that child. So those get factored in. If the child's over 12 years old, that's another big thing that the court looks at. There's an additional added on amount of money to any child over the age of 12, because the court and the law reasons that kids over 12 have greater expenses than children under 12. I want you to understand that child support can't be summed up in one video. I'm not going to be able to give you the whole gamut of what things could be included or what could be fought about in child support in 2 minutes. That's why someone like me is very important. I do this every day, and I know what it takes to make sure that your child's right of child support is protected. So if you have any questions or you're unsure if you're entitled to it for your child, give me a call. My number is 732-412-3737. And remember, when the legal system has you on the ropes, I'll be your 1-2 punch. Thank you.